Yeah. So serious. I mean, imagine life without the grace of God. Think about it.
Shalom, shalom, everyone. I was teaching on the laws of murder, preservation of life, and damages, and I found myself wanting to speak only on murder for a minute because while the laws do cover murder, the subject is one of the most relevant today of all the commandments in the Bible because of the murderous culture within our people. We no longer fight to stay alive on plantations. It's a shame, but now we have to fight to stay alive amongst the presence of our own people. While the descendants of our former slave masters stand idly by and watch us kill each other. And we wonder why they can't understand the painful past from which we came. Part of their dilemma is, well, if your people take such an issue with their former slave masters or the white man, why exactly is it they're killing each other? Other nations can't even get to the point of understanding the pain white slave masters caused us during the days of slavery and discrimination because there's so much hatred within us today. How can we expect other nations to love us for who we are when we're killing each other? And while I know and understand that murder is not always due to the color of someone's skin, my job in ministry, Israel, is to lift up my people. That's what I'm called to do. And my people are incapable of dwelling among other nations peacefully if they are unable to dwell within themselves peacefully. We say we are the chosen nation of the Most High, chosen to lead all nations to Him. How can a nation torn lead anyone to the Most High? It cannot happen. And violence, gang activity within the nation is a big enough problem that now today's Hebrew Israelite descendants are seen more as a nuisance and a danger than kings and queens. You're seen as a barbaric people, not led by righteousness, but led by anger and hate and jealousy. And you wonder why other nations don't get you. We must first get ourselves in line with the Most High as a people. The reality is, for every 10 righteous Hebrew brothers out there, and I do see you, and I love you, but for every 10 of you out there, there's 100 more out on the streets killing each other. So this message is for them. So many young Hebrews out in the streets lacking knowledge of self. We see gang activity on the news, and so many people think, oh, them young black boys are at it again, killing each other. But I don't see it that way. I see young, unlearned Hebrew descendants, covenant recipients who do not know their covenant, members of a chosen nation who don't know they are chosen, lost in ignorance, looking for power, looking for self, and can't find it, and therefore thinking, if I can take someone else's power, that will make me strong. That's the root of murder. Most murders occur out of anger. Some people are just demented sociopaths, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the feeling of power. Power over another. Power over a situation. Power over what you lack or cannot control. Power. And for those of you out there robbing and killing, gang members in particular, young men and women, some OGs on the streets, stuck in your ways, influencing these young kids to follow you on the streets. So instead of staying in school and going to college, getting a certificate in a trade or something, instead of putting your life to good use, you'd rather put your time and energy into destroying someone else's life, take from them their possessions, out there killing innocent people, robbing them of their life, and thereby robbing their family. When you take someone else's life, you're ending that life and pretty much destroying the lives of everyone who's loved them and invested their lives into building that life up. You took it away in one meaningless, thoughtless, heartless act. So let me tell you the difference between a true warrior and some gangster on the street. The Israelite nation fought wars against enemies to preserve life. Gangsters and murderers kill for no reason, with no real enemy, for no real purpose. Someone wearing a different color than you is not an enemy. That's foolery. That's a circus. It's a joke. People are dying over colors. It's nonsense. When the Israelite nation went to war, real war, they were defending their nation as a whole. They were preserving the Most High's establishment through them. When we as a nation of Israel went to war and fought and killed, it had meaning. When soldiers go to war and fight and kill to defend a country's freedom, it has meaning. They give themselves unto possible death for a cause worth dying for, not for a color. But for you to take another's life in representation, not of the Most High, not of a country, but in representation of a color red, blue, purple, or in representation of a city even, or a neighborhood, your hood, a neighborhood you don't even own. You just live there. You can't even afford to leave. And you think you have the right to represent a city you don't own and kill someone who differs from you in that city? It's ignorant. Because if the government told you tomorrow they want to build a freeway where your house is, you would have to move. It's called eminent domain, the government's legal right to move you from where you are, from your hood. Wake up. You don't have as much power as you think you have, and neither a gun or a color will give you that power. Robbing people and killing people will not give you that power. What will give you power is you investing in you, investing knowledge into your mind by seeking after truth rather than following after a lie, following after people who don't know any better. The lie is killing people and hurting innocent people will make you whole. The truth is you're made whole by investing righteousness into your spirit, by seeking after the things of the Most High. No one is going to invest in you more than you. So you must invest into yourself. And what does investment do? It grows. This is where growth begins, within. And it's a kind of growth that is well earned, well deserved. When you rob someone, you obtain property you haven't earned. Somebody else has worked for it. When you steal from someone else, you walk away with something you don't deserve. But when you invest in your own ability to obtain the things you want, you walk away with the knowledge of how to get it and how to keep it. And then and only then is it truly yours. You've earned it. You deserve it. When you invest in your gifts and your talents, that investment defines who you are, and it builds you up as a person, gives you confidence and self-respect. And when you respect yourself, others will respect you. This is power. This is how you earn respect on the streets. Your entire future is dependent upon you investing into yourself. So please understand, robbing and stealing will not build you up. You will only enjoy it for as long as it lasts, if you're not in prison. Learning how to obtain the things that you see other people have successfully been able to obtain will set you up for life, a real life, not a color or a gang, a life with family, a life with friends who love you, wealth to sustain you, knowledge and wisdom to pass on to others, a real life. Following after them devils in the streets will only get you killed or locked up for life. Invest in yourself, building yourself up for a real life. Shalom, Israel. I say it with love, with peace, with honor. I'm so grateful to be able to speak life into you today, to plant that seed of righteousness. And if you're listening to me today and by any chance you're still walking down that path of death and destruction, I want you to know that today can be the beginning of the rest of your life. If you decide to wake up and live a life of righteousness, today can be the beginning for you if you decide. No one can make the choice for you. This is you walking in your power, making the right decision for your life. You only have to decide to be the man or the woman the Most High has ordained you to be, and then walk in that light, starting today.
He's seeking you, he's seeking to raise you from the grave too. He can change you, rearrange you. His amazing grace can save you.